Before I get started, I want to explain why I am doing anything or even saying anything. It's not about anything other than a handful of reasons. The main reason is to make sure that shit like this doesn't happen again. No one should be able to go around doing all of these things. I'm not just like the only person. A lot of people have been affected by this person, and I'm trying to avoid further people or more people getting affected. Number two is because this guy basically ruined the entire hobby, and all of this crap back here, like, it doesn't bring me joy or anything. It's all just a bunch of bad memories now. So I have to resort to making videos in production because that's the second thing in the things that are therapeutic. Anything I'm going to say is not my opinion. It's not my, thoughts. It's factual. It's extremely factual. In part one, I'm going to tackle the topic of deception and how this guy uses lies and fake accounts, and it's all a big tangled up web that you have to go in and unweave basically in order to get to the truth, to show that how deceptive this person actually is, the lengths that he'll go to get his way or whatever reason he's doing it. The first thing I'm going to go over is the first time that he started fucking everything up. And it started on, I believe it was March 10th. It was a Saturday night. I was in Los Angeles. Now, the day before, he wanted to hang out, and I was just like ignoring him. So he kept sending me messages. He just kept message after message after message. I was ignoring him, and eventually someone, my partner was like, "Hey, you need to stop." And that night, I had a video of me and my partner. We jokingly talked about sushi, and I uploaded it on Facebook in a group ran by Justin. It's Justin's collector group. He took the video that I had posted of me and my partner on the internet in Justin's collector group, and he sent that to our boss and said, "Look what your employee, or look what look where this person is. Look at where this person has a video in this group." She got crucified for that. He also had like a bunch of screenshots of other groups she was in, other collecting groups, and other interactions she was having that fell outside of Sideshow's approval or whatever. And obviously he denies doing all of that, like I said. But it's very convenient because a few days ago, this video popped up on Facebook. Now, this video consists pretty much of a photo of me and then a bunch of clips of me talking about random shit that was taken from my podcast. Just random shit combined into one video. Now, the day after this video was released, I spoke to John on the phone, and John confirmed. John told me that he made this video. He told me he made this video because I made a video about him making fun of him, and he was referring to my John Wick parody video. So he made this video to try and make me look bad, or because he was mad at me, basically. Now, the reason me and John were on the phone is because he called and wanted to come to a resolution, basically saying, if you stop talking bad about me, I'll stop talking bad about you. Like in this video. But the problem is that I don't care what he says about me. What I think is unbelievably funny is the end of his video. The end of the video that he made about me is where things kind of get really, really funny. And at the end, he stuck in a video of me and my partner. But the video he used was also the video that I posted on Facebook that he allegedly didn't send to her boss. And I find that weird because that video was on Facebook for the video wasn't even up for 10 hours. Why did he there's only one person that has a copy of that video. That's me. I don't think anyone would just randomly download a video off of Facebook unless they intended to use it for something. Because that video is no longer on Facebook. It hasn't been on Facebook for months. Like that's unbelievably coincidental. So you ask yourself one question: why does he have a copy of this video? Does he just download every video he sees on Facebook? Because at the time, it's not like he hated me. It's not like he was mad at me. We were friends. Why would he download a video of me and my partner? Oh, wait. It's probably because he did it so he could go show my partner's boss. That's why he has it. I don't think anyone, I highly doubt that anyone has a copy of that video aside from him and me, because I mean, obviously I have it because I recorded it. He downloaded it to show my partner's balls. He denies doing this, but clearly he has a copy of the video because he used it in this video. And he can't deny that he didn't make that video, because I know he admitted to me that he made it. And who else would make that video? Like, seriously, come on. Oh, and here's another thing. That account also went do this. This is a screenshot from Sideshow's Mark 50 review that John did. And as you can tell, that same account that posted the video about me also went and commented on John's Mark 50 review, basically saying that everyone who doesn't like John doesn't like him because they are jealous of him. And yes, John does go around asking people to go say good things about him. As you can tell in a screenshot from one of our conversations, he's literally asking me to go say good things about his Thanos video. Let's take a look at what he said in regards to all the rumors that were circulating about him and people accusing him of being the reason why my partner was fired. Now, I'm not saying that he was the reason my partner was fired. That is, I mean, you don't need to, especially in California, you don't need to tell anyone why you're firing them. And I'm not saying he was the reason my partner was fired. I'm just simply saying what I know he has done. Everyone can, you know, that's up to anyone to like form an opinion. In my opinion, I'm not going to say it here, but I mean, let's look at all of this and then everyone can make up their own minds. This was posted in Sideshow's group. Now, Sideshow doesn't let anything go in that group unless, I don't really know what they let in that group. Normally they wouldn't let something like this in it, and as I read it, we'll try and break each thing down. In the light of things, I thought I would make a factual statement to end the rumor mills. So let's take a look at the facts. Do I work for Sideshow? His response: no, I have my own company that I work for, full time.
So I'm going to tell you guys, but just keep it kind of between us for now, because I don't know. I just want to tell you guys only, and then you'll see it when it surfaces soon. So here's what's going on. Sideshow Collectibles is hiring me to do reviews for Hot Toys figures.
Before we move on, I want to bring up one point, and that is like how John made this video of me and used a bunch of sentences from my podcast and used it all out of context. So let's say that I wanted to defend myself against all the people that are saying, oh, you need to quit talking bad about John, or you need to quit bullying John. Let's see if I can like make something out of context, you know, because these people come and they say, why would people listen to John? Why would Sideshow listen to John? Why would Sideshow listen to John? How could he go tell someone's boss and that person get in trouble? Who's John? Why would they even listen to him? John even actually says, why would Sideshow listen to me? I'm nobody. I don't know, let's see what else we have here.
Basically, the way this is going to work is the agreement that we have is that I can do whatever I want. They said I can literally do whatever I want. They're going to pay me some money, not much, but some. The agreement that we have is that I can do whatever I want. They said I can literally do whatever I want, 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 literally do whatever I want.
And the results from the lie detector test determined that was a lie. I do one or two fan reviews a month, and it's because I'm a fan of the hobby and they let me do them. It's also fun for me, and I enjoy making videos for my fellow collectors. I would say that's factual. He's a fan of the hobby, absolutely. He's definitely a fan of the hobby and the community. Is he like a fan of like figures and stuff? No, absolutely not. Are you taking over for Susan at Sideshow? Absolutely not. Once again, I own my own company that I run full time. I have no plans to work anywhere else. Okay, so I don't know the reason why people think he's taking over for this person. But let's take a look at the I own my own company thing. Now, I do know that he owns a small company that sells vape juice. But also, I do know that before taking this gig, he told me this. What? Wait, is that? I haven't worked in 12 years. Yeah, that makes sense. Who knows? Does he own 55 businesses and is a big time entrepreneur and tycoon? I don't know. I just know that he told me he hasn't worked 12 years and he might have to look at the sexual harassment tapes again. And, you know, some people assume you had something to do with Susan leaving Sideshow. Is that true? No, I found out this morning on social media. That's probably right. I met her once at Sideshow for maybe 5 minutes. Yes, that is also true. I can verify that. They've only met once. I don't understand what that has to do with any of this, though. Because you don't need to meet someone, or you don't need to, like, always talk to someone in person in order to go, like, fuck them over behind their back. You don't need to know them. You don't even need to know them. Like, it's irrelevant. And she joined in on some Facebook Live videos I did here and there, and that was it. Never exchanged any communications. I can also say that that is true. They never really communicated. I still don't understand where any of that's relevant. But see, I don't understand where, you know, like going to her boss and saying, hey, she's, you know, the reason I'm getting a bunch of death threats, which that's not true. Or specifically, she's the reason why this guy Justin is threatening me, and he's making these death threats against me. You didn't talk to anyone. You didn't even talk to Justin. You're making it all up. You're making it up. How you're making it up? It's irrelevant if you've talked to Susan a million times. It doesn't matter. Summary: I am a private person, and I rarely make statements like this. No, you are a private person. I agree with that, and you do make a bunch of statements, but you just make them behind everyone's back, and the statements actually aren't true. Which, come on, like, do we not see a trend here with all this guy's making all these statements? None of them are true. Out of respect to Susan and to end the rumors, these are the facts. Dude, these are not the facts. These are not the facts. You're making all of this up. Clearly he's delusional. So let's wrap up this first part real quick with a little more proof of the deception. Now, this is the conversation that I was speaking of earlier in the video that went on when he wanted to hang out with me in LA. This is literally what caused the chain of events. I was in LA, he wanted to hang out, and he kept bugging me, and I was ignoring him, even pretending that he'd got a figure, and I was just like, hey, I just landed, I don't have service. And then he starts going off asking what's up, saying that he wants to go to a mall, or asking if I want to go to Frank & Sons, which I actually did want to go, but my partner didn't let me. She said I was there to hang out with her, and I was, but I did want to go to Frank & Sons, and she wouldn't let me, and I called her bossy. She is bossy. She's very bossy. And later on, I'll explain a little more into detail of what's going on here, but if you notice, he sends me a screenshot. So he's basically like, hey, come hang out. Hey, come hang out. We can go toward blah, 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 blah. And then I'm ignoring him, so he sends me a screenshot. Now, the screenshot that he sent me is actually the start of his beef with Justin. Basically, some woman named Angela Taylor reached out to Justin and started asking questions about OSS and John, and asking Justin what he thinks of them. And basically, Justin tells Angela Taylor, you know, John and OSS, there's a lot of rules. Doesn't really say anything negative, but doesn't say anything positive. Well, Angela Taylor turns around and makes a post about John. And John gets upset and then bugs me about it, as you can tell in our conversation. Like I said earlier, this video is about deception and nothing else. It's just about his deception. Angela Taylor actually is John. When the rumors about John and Susan started, this guy Shane Taylor shows up and starts defending John. Shane Taylor then goes and gets in an argument with Justin, and Justin goes to send him a direct message, and when he pulls up his messenger,
he realizes that Shane is actually Angela, who is actually John. And Angela Taylor is what started all of this. Also, when John was sending the videos to my partner's boss, he also says that my ex-girlfriend reached out to him and was worried for Susan because she was my ex-girlfriend and I'm a bad guy. Blah, blah, blah. My ex-girlfriend also happens to be Angela Taylor, according to John. And if you want further proof that Angela and Shane are the same person and they are both John, if you look at Shane Taylor's post, he has an image attached to his post. This same image then shows up whenever my buddy reaches out to John Deek to ask John Deek about what's going on. John Deek uses that image to explain why it's not his fault and why it's all rumors. So they're using the same image. That's also like a coincidence.
Yes, everything is as ridiculous as it sounds so far. This has been my life for like the last 3 months dealing with this dude. This is the kind of shit that this guy does. But it's got to stop, so that's why I'm doing this. And actually making the video and all that was pretty fun, and it killed like half a day.